Hey everybody, today we're going to be working on Excel Project 3. So the first thing you want to do is open a blank workbook and type payment calculator into cell A1. After that, we're going to type in, starting in cell B2, we're going to enter rate, years, monthly payment, total interest, and total cost. Once you've done that, we're actually going to go ahead and insert a column between columns A and B. So all you have to do is right-click and press Insert, and we're going to insert an entire column, and then press OK. And then we want to widen our column widths to 145 pixels. So we're going to highlight all of our columns, and if your computer is like mine and it does not measure the width in pixels, that would be a width of 15.33. So now we've got all of our columns widened. Next, we are going to center and merge our title. So we're going to highlight row 1, columns A through D, and merge. And my Excel workbook automatically centers. If yours doesn't, you just center the text. And we are going to change that to a size 16, and we're going to make it bold. Next, in our new cell B2, we are going to insert the today function, which will give us the date corresponding with the day that you open the Excel workbook. So you're going to type in the formula equals today and press enter, and it'll automatically insert the date for you. The next thing we're going to do is format a couple of ranges of cells to reflect the currency format. So you're going to simultaneously select B4 through B6, and using the Control key, also select D4 through D6. And we're going to change those to the currency format. The next thing we're going to do is type our vehicle of choice into cell B3. So you can pick any car, and you want to put the name in B3. Next, we're going to put the price of the vehicle in B4. So for this purpose, I'm going to go ahead and use $20,000. And then in B5, you're going to put your down payment. And in this case, I'm going to assume that my down payment was $5,500. Now that we've got that filled in, we're going to go ahead and start on column D, putting in our information. So for the rate, we're going to go ahead and use 6.5%. And 5 years for the number of years. And then we're going to start calculating our monthly payments and interest. So the first thing we need to do to start calculating our monthly payment is determine how much money we actually owe. So in B6, we're going to go ahead and take the difference between how much the car costs and how much we are using as a down payment to find how much we're financing. Now that we know how much we're financing, we can start working on our payment. The payment will be calculated using the payment formula, which is equals PMT. Now, one of the great things about Excel is when you insert a formula, it actually tells you which pieces of information it needs and which spots to properly calculate what you're asking for. So, for the rate, we want to use our rate that we put in, and we're going to divide that by 12 because we're using 6.5% as an annual rate, and we're calculating the payments on a monthly basis. So it would be the total annual rate divided by 12, and then the number of payments, which is going to be the number of years, times the number of payments you make in a year, which is 12. And then we're going to put in the present value, and the present value is the amount that we're borrowing. And when you do a formula in finance when you calculate payments in an annuity. You actually use the present value as a negative figure. So we're going to go ahead and put a negative in front of our B6. And that will calculate our monthly payment. Calculate the total interest. So to do that, the formula is going to be equals the number of payments, which is 5 years times 12 months, multiplied by the amount of the payment, and then we're going to subtract the amount that we're borrowing to find out how much is just interest. And then now that we've got our interest, we can find out the total cost by adding together our interest and the total amount of the loan before interest. And then the last thing that we're going to do is go ahead and create a name for a range C4 to D6. So all you have to do is highlight the range, and then in the range name, we're going to title it monthly underscore payment and press enter. And that's how you do the payment calculator for Project Excel number 3.